Okay. Okay. Welcome back to the Pitstop podcast.
Yeah!
It's race week.
Yay!
The French Grand Prix is here.
Wow, one of our favourite tracks.
And we're not going.
Nope, we ain't.
We were going to go,
We ain't
but
going.
we had other things come up.
Well, it's Wednesday. Race
There's still
weekend
time, eh?
doesn't start till
There's
Friday.
still time.
There is still time for us to make it out there.
We've had other exciting news about other trips we're going on, so the French Grand Prix has been put on the back foot. But if anything happens, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not second in the charts anymore. Did they not listen to you, Fab, when you told them to rate it 5
I
stars?
thought I made it specifically clear.
You obviously didn't make clear enough, so tell them what they need to do.
Guys, you need to head over to our Spotify page. That's what you
Or
need
whatever
to do.
you're listening on.
Or whatever you're listening on, whether that
Press
be
follow.
Apple, Amazon, any of the others that we're on, and press that follow button. And as soon as you do that, you just open up a whole new world of excitement.
Yeah, you'll be notified when we upload, and if you rate it 5 stars, you could win a really amazing prize. I don't actually know if we're going to be giving out any prizes, but it'll really help us out.
And if you're listening exclusively on YouTube, hit that subscribe button because we have possibly some of the best videos coming out over the next couple of months.
That's right. Once again, this full video is going to be on YouTube. We're going to get that. We're filming a bit earlier today. We've had more time today, which is good. This isn't rushed. We're going to edit this, get it live on YouTube. So
Bit
if you
more
want to watch,
fresh-faced.
you can watch it on YouTube. Well, not me, mate, because I have got a beard growing up my face. Because what did Kashi say?
You are a man.
Kashi said, "No more cutting your own beard."
Is that what he said?
Yeah, so for those of you watching on YouTube, I look horrendous because he won't let me shave my beard anymore because I put my line like absolutely horrendous. I can't shave.
I haven't really done mine either.
I cannot
We're looking a bit
shave.
rustic today, but that's okay.
It's not easy to get the lines, mate. I'll leave it to Kashi.
It's alright. If you are our only audible-only listeners, then it doesn't matter. You can't see us. So just picture us.
Yeah, I wonder what we look like to
looking
people that have
perfect.
never seen us. I reckon there's some people listening that have never seen what we look like if they don't find... Yeah, I reckon there is. Well... My name's Jake, I'm 6'2", I'm very muscly. I compare myself to Adam from Love Island, probably a bit more of a defined jawline.
Right, yeah, okay, fair enough.
What about you?
I'd roll with that. My name's Fab. I look like Brad Pitt. People say anyway.
Yeah, people do say that all the time.
Yeah, or what's the other guy? Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Just in terms of not looking like him, but the mindset and like
Yeah.
the work ethic.
Yeah, you look like how Elon Musk thinks. Makes perfect sense.
Anyway.
In today's episode of the Pit Stop podcast, we are going to start off with a look at the drivers' standings. Then we're going to move on to Nyck de vries and talk about what he's going to be up to this weekend with Mercedes. We're then going to look at Ocon and Gasly because it's both their home race this weekend.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of digging into some statistics.
Cut a Frenchman.
Yes, and I want to talk about it. I think it'll be a good chat between me and you. 2 new Formula 1 fans that are learning everything really quick.
Yeah, and 2 fans of France.
And Gasly and Ocon.
And French food.
Yeah, love French food. What is French food?
This could be funny. We
Like a baguette?
We should have done this in advance. We should have got like a load of French food and made a video like frogs' legs and snails.
Oh yeah, it's like snails and that.
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently snails are good.
All right, well we'll have to try them on the pod at some point. Christian Horner has hit back at Toto Wolff after suggestions that Red Bull were one of the teams with an illegal, flexible floor.
Talking about Red Bull, and I'm sipping straight from a freshly cold Red Bull
Product
can.
placement, I like it a lot. We're then going to have a team comparison against last season 11 races in, this season 11 races in. Fab's then going to give me a quiz about France because he likes to do that.
I've got 10 hot questions for you, so strap in.
So
Make
get
sure you're
ready for
prepared.
how many gear changes around the French Grand Prix. Did you know that's coming?
I actually missed that one out.
Did you really?
I did miss it out, yeah. But all of you lot, you can play along at home. It's going to be a fun little segment at the end of the pod. 10 questions for Jake.
And then we'll finish off with our predictions.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's jump in to the first little segment of today's wonderful episode. Thank you for being here. Rate the podcast 5 stars. Nyck de vries. So how much do you know about Nyck de vries?
I know he races in Formula E.
Correct.
I know that he is with Mercedes.
Correct.
And we spoke about him a few pods ago, where I said there could maybe be rumours of him coming to the F1. So I'm kind of excited now for you to tell me what's going on with Nyck.
So I did a bit of research into him because I wanted to figure out, because earlier, so basically he's racing this weekend for Mercedes. Every team has to do, is it 2 a season? They have to bring in 2 young drivers to replace.
I think it's at least once.
Okay, I thought it was twice. They had to at least do twice.
Maybe.
So every team has to bring in at least 2 youth drivers for one practice session to give them a chance in the Formula 1 car. And Lewis Hamilton has chosen to sit out in FP1 this weekend, which means Nyck de vries, FP1, will be driving the Mercedes alongside Russell.
Bit of a cocky move from Lewis Hamilton.
He must be good at the French Grand Prix.
Yeah, well,
because they choose. The races choose.
Maybe we'll find out in the quiz later on.
Okay. Well, I did a bit of research for the French Grand Prix, and I know that he didn't win it last year.
Okay.
So I can't wait for these questions.
All right.
How old do you reckon Nyck de vries is? Because you said they bring in a young driver.
I think he's early 20s.
Mate, he's 27.
Wow.
Which confused me because the whole thing around it was bringing I thought it was bringing a young driver.
Yeah. I think the way that Toto seems to move, he seems to be like he has his fingers in a few pies. Toto, like he did it with George, right? When he brought George in, he's also Ocon's manager, didn't you say?
Yeah.
So
you're picking stuff up. Well done.
Thank you so much. There's definitely like little bits and bobs. Do you know what I mean? That Toto's, so he's obviously bringing Nick in, even though he isn't like a young guy. I think he wants him to race.
Yeah, he might not be a young gun, but he could be a top gun.
Pause there. You're sweating, so you might want to just move your arm a little bit, because otherwise you have it on camera the whole time. Just giving you a heads up.
No, let's not cut that. That's hilarious. I'm sat here with a massive sweat patch. Oh my god. It honestly is mega hot in London. And the studio lights are... Oh my god. I'm sweating. You've got a bloody paddling ball.
Give it a sniff.
Mate, that
no, it's
is
not actually that.
Disgusting.
Yeah, this ain't going on the pod because this is fucking horrible.
It's got to stay in.
Let me see.
Oh my god, I'm dripping.
You've got a bloody
It
tsunami.
actually stinks as well. Oh my god, the last thing I needed to do was laugh.
Yeah, I know, because now my forehead's just started pissing out with water.
All the sweat that was sat there is coming down.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so he's currently racing in Formula E 2022 season. He's currently 83 points.
I can't breathe.
He's so hot,
He can't
innit?
breathe in his room now.
He's 27 years old, and the reason he hasn't made it to Formula 1 yet is arguably because he has a lack of sponsorship. He hasn't got like a mega rich family behind him, I don't think. Doesn't have the opportunities
Sounds
a lot
like
of
a
people
rich.
have had.
Sounds like a rich surname.
Nyck de vries. Yeah, well, I'm
vries.
sure he's from a rich family.
Nick with a Y as well.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I put N-I-C-K on all my
No,
notes.
it's with a Y.
Well, yeah, lack of sponsorship. I'm sure he's from a rich family, but maybe not quite rich enough to be into Formula 1. But yeah, you're going to see Nick on FP1, which is going to be great. Moving swiftly on to Ocon and Gasly. So they're both French. You knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
But I want to go over this because this blew my mind when I started to look at them both as I knew it was the home race, and then I realised how similar all of their stats were, like throughout everything.
Gasly and Ocon.
So I just wanted to compare them and go over it and talk about their season so far, talk about what could be next for both drivers. Yeah, Gasly and Ocon. Right, check this out. Gasly is 26 years old. Ocon is 25 years old.
Wow.
That's where we'll start. So yeah, pretty similar, right?
Bloody
They both got a
That's
birthday, like a year of each
crazy.
other.
That is crazy.
Well, everyone's got a birthday within a year of each other. Their age is within a year of each other. Gasly has raced 97 times. Ocon has raced 100 times. They both got 1 win. Gasly's got 3 podiums. Ocon's got 2. Right, now this is where it gets good. Ocon has got 60-point finishes. Gasly has got 47. Total points in their whole career. Gasly has got 325. Ocon has got 324. So they are literally 2 French drivers with near enough identical stats in different areas.
So what you're basically saying is that Ocon has finished in the points more than Gasly. However,
Yeah.
Gasly has more points
Yeah.
than Ocon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That has really shone a different light on those 2 drivers for me.
Do you reckon that...
I never even really compared Ocon with Gasly. But it now clearly makes sense to. Mm-hmm. But that's very strange.
Well, you got to think, Ocon has never drove at a top team, like with a really... I mean, the Alpine is quick this year, but Gasly was at Red Bull, and he would have been getting points in the Red Bull, even though it didn't go... I don't think it went amazingly well for him, did it, from Drive to Survive?
Can you imagine Ocon at Mercedes?
Ocon is a good driver, man. There's a reason Toto's his manager. He's doing bits in the Alpine. Like, I reckon he'll have a good race in France this week. I'm really excited for it. I do think he's an amazing driver. But then moving on to this season, because that's how similar they are overall. This season, obviously, Ocon is in the Alpine. You expect the AlphaTauri to be a lot better than it is. They've had a horrendous
Yeah, it hasn't been great.
Ocon is currently 8th with 52 points this season.
Yep.
Gasly is 13th with 16 points.
Not good.
So for Gasly, it isn't going great. So we've got 2 French drivers on the grid this weekend.
That's really great from Ocon to be
Amazing
doing
from
that
Ocon.
in an Alpine.
And then I was going to ask you, who's your money on this weekend, Gasly or Ocon? Who do you think would finish higher? With the AlphaTauri struggling.
The sounds of it, probably Ocon.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
He's a great young driver. I would
He'll
love
have
to see him in the Mercedes.
He's going to have the full support of the French as well.
I want them to use Ocon as one of their FP1 drivers and let him fly around in the Mercedes and just
That
see
would
what
be
he's
cool.
like.
That
See
would
if
be
he can
cool.
like knock a second off or something.
Yeah. I was going to say, actually, ones to watch this weekend, I think Lewis Hamilton and George. Purely because of the cars.
Have Mercedes done some upgrades then?
Just the Mercedes seems to be favouring the more kind of straight, blown out tracks rather than the more tight corner ones recently. They changed something about their car which makes them straighter in the medium to fast corners. And as you know, the French track is like a bloody...
Yeah, it's like a snake.
It's very quick.
I like it as well because it's not got beaches either side. So if you go over, you can kind of get away with it. Like, if you go over a little bit, you don't beat your car.
Yeah, that's
or
one of
whatever.
Jake's favourite things to do on the F1 game. Is
there is so
he
much
sees a
content
chicane
come from
and he
it.
just goes straight down the middle of it.
Yeah, but every now and again you get away with a time penalty.
You do.
Like a time penalty can be better off than anything else.
Cool, we had a laugh on the game earlier.
Yeah,
we haven't got the F1 2022 trial anymore. We've actually got the full
We
game.
bought the game. 60 old quid it was, but it was worth it.
It was
'cause
worth
it's hilarious.
it because we have been having the most fun on this game, split screen mode,
Yeah,
crying, laughing.
yeah. Splits, and that's just split
checking those
screen.
armpits again.
His armpits are
Just trying to
really
air
bad.
him out a little bit.
These armpits are really bad. I completely forgot at the beginning. I said I'd give you an update on the drivers' standings. At this point, we're 11 races in. Max Verstappen is obviously leading the championship, 208 points, followed by Charles Leclerc, 170. So there's 38 points between the two of them. Followed by Sergio Perez in third, 151, 19 points behind Leclerc. Then you have Carlos Sainz in fourth, George Russell in fifth, Lewis Hamilton in sixth. It's starting to close up a little bit. If we see a Red Bull DNF, if Verstappen DNFs and Leclerc wins, then
Do you
they'll
have the
be
top 10
right
there?
behind each other. Pardon?
Do you have the top 10 there?
No, I got the top 6, so please don't ask me what the top 10 is.
Okay, no worries.
And in the constructors, it's Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Ferrari are currently 56 points behind Red Bull. The constructors is an interesting one because both Ferrari and Red Bull are having issues where like one car doesn't finish, one car does. But I reckon for the rest of the podium, the rest of the season, you'll have at least one Red Bull or one Ferrari on the podium, probably every week.
I think you're going to start to see both of those Ferraris up there again.
Do you?
I reckon they're sorting their car out.
Did you do your predictions for this week and have that in mind?
No.
Or did you not do your predictions this week? And then when I ask you at the end, you're going to shout a random name and
I'm going to completely
probably say
freestyle
Alonso's
it.
going to come third again.
Yeah, maybe I do.
Do classic Fabio Bocca.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Well, that's the exciting thing
That-
about the Pitstop. Even I don't know what's coming.
That's the beauty of what we do, and that is the beauty of Formula One. You never know what you're going to get.
It's actually jokes. We're sat here doing the pod, and even I have no idea what he's going to say or anything.
Look, you can't be sure of anything in this world, so you know you can
It's
come.
just also thrilling.
You can come to pit stop, and you can expect an 80% correct rate. I'd say. I think 80% of what we say is right.
You reckon 8?
I think 80.
Well, judging by what I'm about to talk about next, I think it's probably going to drop.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, hit me.
Right, so I saw this article about Christian Horner dismissing Toto Wolff's claims that Red Bull are using one of them flexi floor things. So I had to do research on what a flexi floor is and like what it all means. So in front of me here, as you can see, I've got a load of text all of an article.
God.
So I'm just going to try and whittle my way through it. Long story short, as you know, the ground force and all that, all the cars have had porpoising issues. This is what the article starts with. Christian Horner has dismissed...
All right.
Stop podcast, being serious. Christian Horner has dismissed suggestions that Red Bull could be one of the teams affected by the new F1 directive as total rubbish, hitting back at Mercedes counterpart Toto Wolff amid an ongoing flexi floor debate. Basically, Toto Wolff thinks that Red Bull are cheating, thinks that their floor isn't up to the FIA standards, and you may be thinking, how could they be cheating? What do you mean, Jake? Is that what you're thinking?
I'm still thinking, what is a flexi
Well, here
floor?
we go. All F1 cars are required to have a long,
Thin piece of
Sorry,
wood, isn't
yeah,
it?
I'm trying to read an article here. All F1 cars are required to have a long, thin plank of wood running the length of their floors, which helps absorb shock. Now, this plank has titanium attached to either end, which is what produces the sparks underneath the cars as they race around the circuit. So when
Correct.
you see the sparks, that's the titanium on the end of the plank that has to go through the middle of the car to absorb shock.
Excellent.
The wooden plank is permitted to flex up to 2 millimeters while the car is being driven. That's what the FIA have said. That's
Which,
the
by the way,
standard.
2 mil is not a lot.
Yeah, it's not.
Doesn't sound very flexy to me.
And the problem is Red Bull have been noticed for a lot of extra flexing, which is being monitored by the FIA, and that is what Toto Wolff has called out, which is why Mercedes are having way more porpoising issues, and Red Bull look a lot more fine on porpoising. So Mercedes are calling out Red Bull. We were talking about this on the sofa the other day. Do you think someone is doing something sneaky?
I think that there are too many teams now that aren't porpoising. Like, I feel like it's just Mercedes left with the trouble.
They're the only ones even
Like, it's not as if like it's just Red Bull or no one else. So either the rest of the grid have to be using this flexi floor thing, or Mercedes just haven't got it right still, and they're backed up in a corner, and Toto's trying to make up an excuse.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure like how you use a flexi floor, what it is, but they must have just made this bit of wood be able to go a little bit more, be able to go up and down a bit more.
Yeah, one would assume that when you're going really fast, it would flex up, which means that it wouldn't be dragging across the floor.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if that's true or not. 80% right here on Pitstop.
65, I reckon. No, but to be honest, Mercedes' porpoising issues haven't been horrendous in the last couple of weeks. Mercedes have looked the best they have in a while. I mean, Hamilton's been on the podium for what, like the last 2 races in a row. He's started to outdrive Russell, which ultimately I think everyone expects. He's probably one of the best drivers ever, if not the best. You do expect him to be outdriving Russell. But
You would hope so.
if Mercedes have improved, there's been the little gap. We could see a very strong performance from Mercedes this weekend, which is very exciting because ultimately it's what we all want to see.
Now that I have taken into consideration for my
Your
prediction.
predictions?
Yes.
I can't wait for your predictions.
Okay.
Well, there we go. That is what's going on with the flexi floor. I hope you learned something there. And if we got it completely wrong, let us know on Instagram at Pitstop.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's that time again. It's race week. We're at the French Grand Prix. And I am going to quiz Jake 10 questions about the French Grand Prix, about the circuit, about the track, about everything around it.
I've just realised, why do you always ask me about the track? The one person who knows the least. I reckon if I asked you, you'd actually get some.
Well, you've done a bit of research.
Yeah, I did. We said this week that I'd actually look up a few things so that I wasn't just sat here going, well, how am I going to know when the French Grand Prix
So
started?
I purposefully picked questions which I didn't think you would have researched.
Yeah, but I know how your mind thinks, mate. I know how your mind thinks,
Really?
so maybe I've deliberately searched the questions I knew you would have asked.
Well, maybe when you walked into the living room about 8 times and were staring at my laptop screen, that might have something to do with it.
Oh, you're a genius.
We've been living together
How many
too
questions
long.
have you got?
10 questions.
10 questions about the French Grand Prix. Those of you can play along at home, learn some stuff about the amazing race we're going to get this weekend. I'm going for a clean sweep. 10 out of 10.
It's not going to happen.
If I do, then yeah, it'll be good.
I reckon
It's
you
not
get.
gonna happen, is
I reckon you get about 80% of them right.
80% on a wink. I'm not even going to get my proper. I'm going to take a guesstimation now that I get 3 out of 10.
Well, let's hit it.
I reckon I get less wrong. I reckon I get more wrong than the average listener.
Oh, so do I. So do I.
But how
That's
funny
not
is
news
that?
to anyone.
But how funny is that? The people that listen to our show actually are better than the host.
Of course they do. Of course they do. And then
Okay.
it'd be funny to try this next year and see how much we've learnt in a year. 'Cause I don't think it'll be a lot.
I think it would probably be
82%.
If anything, could even be worse. I'm sat here in a ball of sweat.
That's disgusting. Question 1. When did construction of Le Castellet start?
Okay. Just to be clear, when I googled it, I didn't Google stuff like that.
This is just one question just to start it off.
The
First question.
Castellet. Okay, well, I'm going to make a slight guess here. Is that the new track?
Yeah, there've been a few different tracks.
Yeah, because it used to have 73 laps. Now it has 53.
I'm not asking you about laps, my friend.
I'm
I'm asking you about when it was built.
Just learning in my head. Well, the first race there was 1973. So is that it? Is it 1973 or was that where the first race is?
Well, so you think they built a
The
track
first
from
ever race.
scratch and raced it at the same year?
Could have
Okay.
been an IKEA pop-up. No, I'm going for 1970.
Just pluck that out of thin air. Yes, correct.
No way! I swear
Yes.
I didn't search
Yeah.
that! I swear! I
Wow,
swear!
it must be
I
a miracle.
swear.
You must just be really smart.
No, I swear I didn't see that.
All right, fair enough.
I literally did it for 5 seconds, looked at the records. Of
But
that.
I'll let you off.
That is unbelievable.
I'll let
1
you
out
off.
of 1. I bet no one else got that.
However, after the last questions that we did, you said I didn't provide enough information afterwards. So I've got a few bits to follow up
Oh, cheers, man.
on most of them. So it's also known the Paul Ricard circuit.
Yeah.
I believe he's like a business mogul, like alcohol business or something, and he just pumped a load of money into the track, and so it's got his name.
I actually thought it was Paul
slapped
Richard.
all over it. Ricard, he's French, obviously.
Oh, Paul Ricard.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. Question 2.
Paul Richard.
Who holds the record for the most victories at the French Grand Prix?
I didn't get that far by Googling. I typed in on Google, went on the F1 page where it says 53 laps, kilometres, previous winner.
Yeah, racefans.net or something.
But I know the answer to this one.
Do you?
No, I don't. So who's got the most wins there ever?
Well, at the French Grand Prix.
Okay.
So...
You know what? I'm wearing a t-shirt of him. I might as well say the legend that is on my top. I'm going Michael Schumacher.
It's almost as if you put the t-shirt on because you knew the answer to the question.
I swear! I didn't search that one either!
It's mad how you've just improved like tenfold since last week.
Mate, I did not search that.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Do you know what it was? I woke up this morning, made my bed, and knew I was feeling fresh. And
There
this
you go.
Red Bull has given me energy.
Yeah,
and
do you know what?
information that I didn't-
Whoa! Don't want to spill any Red Bull now, do we? Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, yeah, to 2 out of 2. Can't believe it. This is a magnificent.
Hang on, I'm going to start taking off.
Whoa!
God,
2
that
out
is
of 2.
cringe.
Come on.
All right. Question 3. Oh, sorry, I didn't give you the information after that one. 8 victories for Michael Schumacher at the French Grand Prix
Madness.
between 1994 and 2006. However, it was a different circuit.
Oh, yeah, it's changed. That's when it had 73 laps. Now it's got
called-
53.
Yeah, it's called Magny Cours. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. However, Alan Prost has the most wins at La Castellet.
French,
four
so
wins.
it makes sense.
4 wins, yeah. Question 3. Which constructor has the most victories
Right.
at the French Grand Prix?
Okay, Fabio Boga. The thing is, Michael Schumacher has the most wins there.
Okay.
And he was predominantly Ferrari.
Predominantly, not always.
He did race for other teams.
And remember, his wins were between 1994 and 2006.
Yeah, but as you learned the other day, Ferrari are the most successful constructor of all time, not Williams.
Of course they are.
Okay. So it can only be one team.
You just mentioned Williams.
Yeah,
you're wearing
Williams t-shirt.
I'm wearing a Williams t-shirt.
That's a very nice t-shirt.
It's a lovely t-shirt.
Where'd you get it?
It's got the union. I got it at the pop-up shop in London.
Did you pay for it?
I did.
Yeah, so you steal it.
I paid for it. It's an IOU, all right, Williams. I owe you 20 quid. I hope you don't mind.
Straight in the bag.
I do like this one because it's got a Union Jack on it and a little crown.
You like it because it's a bit army, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit.
Yeah,
It's a bit SAS. It's a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Your Royal Highness, Your Majesty. Thank you very much. Got my medals. MBE, knighthood, everything else. That's why I like it.
Okay, I'm sat here in sweat and I'm going to go with Ferrari.
Yeah, you got it correct.
Yes!
It's 3 out of 3.
3 out of 3!
Three out of
This
three.
is the most unbelievable pit stop quiz you're ever going to
I
see.
feel like you're onto a streak. You're going to get more
If
than 80%.
I get 10 out of 10, this is going to be a madness.
I don't think you're going to get
The
some.
people at home can't believe it.
They're cheering right now.
Yeah, those of you at home, I hope you're celebrating for these.
are
'cause
going crazy.
I am dripping with sweat for this.
Bonus point here.
Oh,
How many? How many wins does Ferrari have in the French Grand Prix?
16.
Out of 8, 14, or 17?
Oh, no. When I said 16, that's how many constructors they've got. My God, well, Schumacher's won it 8 times on his own. So it's definitely not that. That would be a few more than that. I'm going to go 14.
Are you sure?
No, don't, because this is going to affect my clean sweep. Okay, no,
Are you sure?
I'm going to go... Do you know what? So far, my gut instinct has been 100% correct. 14.
Wrong.
No! It's a 17!
It's 17.
No! The clean sweep was looking
Yeah.
so good. Oh.
That's what happens. That's
Now
what
the
happens,
people
man.
at home are punching things in the
Yeah.
car, they're slamming their...
Screaming. Apparently, the FIA are going nuts about this.
What?
About the fact that you just got that wrong.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because the FIA love us.
Yeah. We hope.
They probably don't.
Hi, FIA!
All right, question number 4. Who has the fastest lap at La Castellet? Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, or Fernando Alonso?
I didn't get this far in my Googling.
Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, or Fernando Alonso?
Okay. I feel like that's weird. You'd kind of think it would be Schumacher.
I feel like there's more pressure on this quiz because of how warm it is in here.
Yeah, London has been unbelievably hot. As you all know, there's been a heat wave. In England, it was probably it was the hottest it's ever been.
Yeah, and the window's closed and there's no fan on.
Yeah, we'll have to shut the window for the good audio quality because this is Pitstop Podcast and we're trying to overtake Peter Crouch in the charts. So if you haven't rated this 5 stars yet, please do it.
Oh, and also, if you're not watching on YouTube or you haven't seen this on TikTok, then you might not have realised, or you might, but we're not using mic stands today. We're actually holding the mics.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyone listening, if you can hear that it doesn't sound as good, let us know, and we'll probably go back to mic stands.
But if you think it sounds better with more energy and excitement, because we can move around a bit more and look at each other. Like, I like it because we're not so standstill.
Yeah.
I can like move around and look at you.
I'm like a singer on stage.
Get closer to you.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm going to go Vettel.
You're going to go Sebastian Vettel?
I just feel like Hamilton's too obvious. I feel like it could be Alonso, but at this point, I've got 3 right. That was enough. I said I'd get 3, so I'm just going to guess my way through the rest.
It's a 1 minute 32.74 for Sebastian Vettel.
Vettel!
Yeah.
4 out of 5 so far.
Let's go.
Oh, God.
Very nice, very nice. You managed to bring it back last minute.
Yeah.
If you had two on the trot wrong, that would have been bad.
Yeah, 2 on the trot wrong and it would have been looking like a bad score, but 4 out of 5?
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
The best I've ever done.
Not perfect. Not great, but more than not bad. I would say good.
You don't need... Cheers,
I would
mate.
say good.
Thanks, you're good as well.
Thank you. Question number 5. The first F1 race at Le Castellet was in 1971, but who was victorious?
In the first ever race. Can I have multiple choice?
First F1 race. You can. Jackie Stewart, Niki Lauda, or Ayrton Senna?
Wow. So the first race was... You said 71. I thought it was 73.
The first F1 race at Le Castellet was in 1971.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. You were right. I thought they were there before that. What?
You're like, the first F1 race is 1973. I know it.
No, I swear from my Google I saw that.
Well, one of us
is wrong. Make your bets, Jake or Fab. Okay. First ever race. For some reason, was Senna racing then? In 1971.
Who knows?
Give me the names again.
Jackie Stewart, Niki Lauda, or Ayrton Senna?
Niki Lauda and Senna were kind of together. I think Jackie Stewart is quite a bit older. That seems more when he would be racing. For me, I'm going to go Jackie Stewart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Locking it in? You're confident?
Yeah.
You're confirming it?
I'm confident.
You are correct.
Correct again!
You are correct. Jackie Stewart.
Oh, my word!
He won the first F1 race at Le Castellet in 1971.
Unbelievable drive it was as well.
Was it?
Yeah. Flew round those corners.
I bet, yeah.
The DRS was wide open.
I bet being there was crazy.
Being there was crazy. The pit stops were so quick. The atmosphere was insane. I had the best hot dog.
A young Lewis Hamilton was there as well, in the crowd watching.
What?
Yeah, he was 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
How did... you're very wrong. You're so wrong. 1971.
I was seeing if I could catch you out. I was 8 years old in 1971.
I was actually there eating a hot dog again.
Alright, question number 6, or whatever fucking question it is.
How hot is it in this room?
It's ridiculous hot.
It is
I can't
literally
even
ridiculous.
think, man.
I feel like we're just moaning about the heat, but guys, we have got studio lights beaming down.
It stinks in it. I won't lie. It's horrible. Out of the following drivers, who is the only one to hold back-to-back wins at Le Castellet? Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Nico Hülkenberg, or Sergio Perez?
Back-to-back wins.
Yeah, so year after year.
Okay, well, it's not Sergio Perez because he was one. It took him 150 races to get his first win, and he's only had 1.
Okay,
so it's definitely not Perez. It's not Hülkenberg. I don't think Hülkenberg's even won 2 races. So who are the other 2?
Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen won it last year. Very high chance he could have won it the year before. Lewis Hamilton has also won it a lot of times. I think he might have won it 7. Schumacher's 8.
Lewis Hamilton's the GOAT.
Arguable. Very arguable. I'm sat here in a Michael Schumacher t-shirt. Don't get into an argument with me about it.
Mate, we all know Schumacher's the fucking GOAT, alright?
Okay.
You're meant to be a Red Bull fan anyway. I should be wearing that t-shirt.
Yeah, but I love everyone. And I think Lewis Hamilton's a GOAT as well. Why do they need to be one better than the other?
Well, maybe
We're
Mazepin's
lucky
the
to have
GOAT,
both
then.
of them.
Maybe Mazepin's the GOAT.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, to some people, he might be.
The greatest of all time at
Different things.
getting sacked.
Okay, right. Well, I don't know. This is another guess, but I've got so many right. I'm going to say Max Verstappen has won it twice in a row.
Wrong.
Who is it?
It was Hamilton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, at least it wasn't Hulkenberg. That would have been
hard,
even
though.
worse.
What is the closest city to the French Grand Prix at Le Castellet?
Marseille.
Yes, correct.
Thank you very much.
There you
Easy
go.
point. I bet the people cannot believe how quick I answered that.
Not been to Marseille.
No, I haven't either.
I'd love to go.
Yeah.
Maybe we go this weekend. Who knows? Who knows?
If anyone out there listening has a private jet and a shitload of money, we could do with the money on the private jet and a car to pick us up. And we'll see you at the French Grand Prix. Someone can make it happen, surely.
I'm sure somebody could, yeah. I'm
Someone
sure we have
listening must know someone with a
rich
private
listeners.
jet. Or I don't mind a helicopter or a private car or a boat.
You absolutely mind a helicopter. You would not be going in a helicopter.
Bro, I would to the French Grand Prix. I didn't get the one at Goodwood because they were like, get in a helicopter at Goodwood and then fly around Goodwood and then land back at Goodwood. I was like, what is the
No,
point?
but that was okay because you knew that they had done the route a million times. It was only going to be like a 5-minute thing. If we had to go from London to Marseille in a helicopter, bro,
I think
I'd be caking my nicks the whole way.
I think it's more dangerous when someone's comfortable with a situation. They think they know the route so much they undercook a tree and this night's out and away we go.
I'm not sure if I agree with that one. I wouldn't want to go on a helicopter to France.
Okay,
Not
well
gonna
I've
lie to
only
you.
got 2 wrong. Give me a next one.
It's 3, isn't it?
No, 2 wrong so far.
Just testing you. How many turns at Le Castellet? 12, 15, 17 or 21?
See, there's no way I'd know that. I looked at the map. I know it's got 2 DRS zones. It's quite a long, thin one. It reminds me a bit of Jeddah, in a way. Like, probably not as dangerous, but a bit like Jeddah. I'm going to say... Can I have the options again?
12, 15, 17 or 21?
12 seems a bit low. 15 still seems a bit low. Let's go 17.
Locking it in.
In the middle. Just and hope that.
Are you sure?
Well, I don't know. It's quite thin, but there's a few little jiggity-jaggy bits in it. And I've seen on the website, they count like the tiniest little left-hand.
Yeah, notice how it says turn. Not.
Oh. Yeah, turn. There's be more of them than a corner. Yeah, 17. Yeah. You have got sweat dripping down the middle of your head.
Yeah. I can feel it, bro.
Literally, I'm going to wipe it off. Oh, it's disgusting.
Lick it.
No.
What are you locking in?
17.
15.
Ah, 3 wrong.
You are wrong.
It was going so well as
God,
well.
it is. Well, we need to wrap this up. I'm so hot, man. Like, literally unbearable. Once I start sweating, I don't stop.
Yeah, it's a hot day.
Question number 9. How many wins does Max Verstappen have at Le Castellet?
Okay, well, he won it last year. I honestly don't know. This is going to be a guess. Can I have multiple choice?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Oh, wow, you can count!
Yeah.
Okay. I reckon...
But can you get the question right?
Well, I know he's got 1, so that helps. Well, he's obviously got 1, because 1's a minimum multiple choice.
Or let me chuck another one in. Or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Okay, he won it last year. He hasn't been around for ages. And I think Hamilton won it the year before. It wasn't on because of COVID.
Bro, look at my forehead.
So I'm going to say... Yeah, you need a towel. I'm going to say 1.
I can't get over this. I am dying here.
Oh, God.
I don't think some of these listeners realise the shit that we go through to do this pod. Look at the state of me.
Because
Look at me.
if you can't see us, yeah.
The
it's
sacrifice. Give me 2 minutes.
You got to go and watch this on TikTok, Pitstop, Instagram, Pitstop, YouTube, Pitstop. Because Fab and me are genuinely sat here with...
Do you know what? I need to be able to just catch any trips.
He's using... What? You're using my shorts to wipe your head?
Your new shorts as well.
Are you wearing them like a nice hat?
Yep.
Hey!
To cover the sweat.
Nice hat, mate. Yeah, I'm going to say 1.
1.
1 win for Max Verstappen at Le Castellet.
You're locking in 1.
Paul Richard circuit. 1.
You're sticking with 1. You
Yeah.
don't want to change.
Don't want to change.
Now you do have 3 lifelines.
No, I don't need that. It's too hot.
1, you're correct.
Yes,
It's 1.
thank you.
Well done.
This is going remarkably well, and it was last year.
It was 2021.
Yeah, he won it last year.
Correct. You're down to your final question now, Jake.
And the people on the podium for that race were Hamilton and Perez.
Could be correct.
Please tell me that's the final question.
I didn't Google enough. No, it's not. This is the last one. The track renewed its contract with the F1 in 2016, but when does it run out?
Oh! Hang on. Our manager was talking to them, and I remember she said to me that they couldn't confirm something because they weren't sure whether they even have it for next year.
Right.
So the Formula One license of France ends after this year, unless it's renewed. This is the last year.
Correct!
Yes! That is an absolute fucking amazing quiz time by me.
That was not bad, to be fair. After this year, Liberty Media's plan for F1 to have a race in or near every major city, that doesn't really work with the Castellet because it isn't really.
No, it's not really.
In or near. So, what are the chances of like a Paris street
Well,
track?
I was thinking that because Eurostarring into Paris makes sense, but then Eurostarring into Paris and then having to travel another 100 miles makes people's journeys difficult. That would be a much
Exactly.
bigger event around Paris.
Exactly. You'd have more British fans there.
They got the room to do it in Paris because they had the room to host the Euros. There's so many stadiums not being used. They should build one in and out of some of the unused football stadiums.
Nah, well, yeah, that would be cool, but you'd have to have it round.
Imagine it went through the middle of a football stadium and there was 60,000 people in the stadium.
around the Eiffel Tower, bro.
But imagine it went through the middle of a football stadium and the middle of a football stadium was the pits. So there's 60,000 people staring down into the pits when the cars come
That
in.
would be crazy.
That would be unbelievable.
But then you wouldn't see the rest of anything else.
Yeah, big
apart from
screens all around the
pits.
stadium. You can't. It's the same when you go to a race, though, isn't it?
True. That would be quite special.
Yeah.
But I think if you could go like underneath the Eiffel Tower as well, they've done it before. I swear.
You look a bit French with a new hat.
I swear they've done it. I swear they've done it before.
What, gone under the Eiffel Tower?
They've driven F1 in Paris.
Maybe for an advert or something.
Maybe it wasn't F1,
Yeah.
but they had done racing around the Eiffel Tower. I know. I can just feel it.
100%?
100%.
Well, this time on Pitstop, maybe 80% right was right, because I did get about 80% correct.
Quite possibly.
I'm very impressed with that. Thanks for the quiz.
No worries. On that note, I feel like we should wrap
Predictions.
it up after our predictions.
Yeah, don't wrap it up too quick, bro.
to die from heat stroke.
I'm having a great time here. You know, we should just sit back, relax, do our predictions slowly, talk through them.
All right. Whoa. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, French Grand Prix this weekend. I've got them written down here. Please do let us know your predictions on Instagram. I have gone for... Drum roll, please. Longer than that, mate. Because I can't find my prediction. I can't find it anywhere. Hang on, it's here somewhere. Oh no, I really can't find it. Okay, I'm going to make it up on the spot. Max Verstappen is going to win.
Woo!
Max Verstappen is going to win France this weekend. He's going to do a double in a row. And then he won't be the only... Then he would have done two in a row
And
as
then
well.
our whole quiz time is just completely wrong.
Yeah. I reckon... Oh. I'm going to go Charles Leclerc second. And I'm going to go Carlos Sainz third. I do think a big weekend for Ferrari.
Charles Leclerc second, Carlos Sainz third. Wow.
That battle's going to be unreal, man.
Wow.
These Ferrari drivers are going to start biting at each other. I can feel it.
Fair enough.
You?
So I'm going to go with a Charles Leclerc win.
Okay.
I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton in second.
Wow, I love it. Bold.
Yeah. And then I'm going to finish up with Max Verstappen in third.
Max Verstappen third.
Yeah.
Why is he third? Bad qualifying, bad race?
I think the Mercedes will suit the track a bit more than they have other tracks. I think Lewis and Max, the fight now starts.
So it's interesting you say that because I wrote something else on my notes. I have one more prediction for it.
I think Leclerc out in front, and I think Hamilton and Max fighting. But what were you going to say?
I have a prediction for this race, very similar to yours.
What, they wipe each other out?
I had a dream. I don't think Lewis Hamilton is going to finish France. Mercedes have only got one DNF so far this season from George Russell when the Joe thing, the hole in his car. I think Lewis Hamilton is going to get taken out this weekend. I don't know who by, but I had a dream, like a
Ladies
vision.
and gents, you've heard it
Like
here
that's
first.
so Raven stuff.
You've heard it here first. Crystal ball prediction from JakeBoys.
And I got a new ball.
Lewis Hamilton is not going to finish the French Grand Prix.
I mean, I'd love him to, and I want him to, but I'm just saying, I've got the feeling. Just a feeling. Like, it's just a guy
I
instinct.
got a feeling.
Don't sing, we'll get copyrighted.
Because I sound so much like will.i.am.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to the Pitstop podcast. Please do rate it 5 stars, hit the follow button, hit the like button. We'll be back on Monday morning after the race for our review. Make sure you're here then. We upload every Monday, every Thursday. We hope you're loving the podcast.
We hope you're loving it. If you're not, then tough luck.
Yeah.
We ain't going to stop. You ain't going to stop us. And in a couple of years, we're going to be everywhere. You won't be able to turn your TV on without seeing the Pitstop boys. I tell you, our names are going to be plastered all around cities.
We really want to get a billboard so when people are driving around, there's just a massive picture of our face.
Yeah, that would be genius, wouldn't it?
So we need some money.
If only there was like some sort of clothing brand or something that we could like end up working with.
Yeah, if anyone listening can do anything for us, do it, please.
Yeah, just do as much as you can. Guys, thanks so much for listening.
Thank you very much.
We love you all.
We love you all. 5 stars, please.
And au revoir.
Oh, yeah, because it's a French Grand Prix, eh?
Yeah.
Let me have a go as well. Bonjour, je m'appelle Jake. Ça va?
Oui, oui.
No, comme ci, comme ça.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Now say, ça va bien?
Ça va bien.
Ça va très bien. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
La piscine. You know what that means?
Fish?
Swimming pool.
Ah.
Only word I know.
So what's fish?
All right. Here's one for you. Tell me.
What about...
No. This is a good one.
All right.
Tell me George Russell's number in French. Oh, come on. I'm thinking it in my head.
6-3. 6-3.
I think that is actually right.
But it would probably be different.
6-3.
That's like 6-3 rather than 63.
I don't know. That's the end of the
I don't know.
podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Au revoir.
Whatever.